What's up, y'all? Oh, boy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, it's a trip. You know, I was given a name. I don't even know why I'm saying this. I was given a name, you see, during my trials 24 years ago. 24 years ago, I was given a name, you see, or the name was confirmed, or was, given to me, and it was confirmed like probably 10 years ago, I believe. Around about 10 years ago. Sometimes when people hear you saying certain words and it sounds like the words that they learn from the text or from their study, you see, they'll say they feel like they can comment on something without you. You see, I'm saying the name, you see, because I can say the name. You see, I don't have to say that name. I could just use its authority and its power. You see, I don't have to say it, but I'm saying the name because I'm going through this transition. You see, I'm going through this transition. I gotta wait to all these people who grab my hook, my abominations. I gotta pull them out. You see, I gotta pull all of them out. You understand me? You see, so I can show them what it really looked like as a monster. You see, I know you may not understood what I just said. Yes, you see, I'm trying to show them something. You see, I'm trying to. It's already done. I'm just falling into something that I already done. You see what I'm saying? I'm just falling into it as if it was new or something that haven't occurred yet. If you get that drift. You see, I'm trying to walk into something real calm, but at the same time, using the little fire that I was given. You see, those who understand and know how people move, you see, in a particular way. You see, because when you are in captivity, you see, to them, they're not in captivity no more. You see, they're free. You see, they're free. This captivity that they're in, this captivity that the people are in, give them what they call privileges, illusionary privileges, you see. And with all the book reading, all the esoteric studies, you see, all the religious books, all these things, and they still have a problem with expecting the living to live. You see, you have to do it the colonizer's way. You see, you have to live and think with your particular essence, you see, mixed in with it. You see, you have to do it their way. You understand? So, something is going to come just like you are and just like they were to you, 10 times greater, almost. You see, with your good and with their bad. Can you imagine a body looking like that? How would you interact with a body like that? You see, what words would you use? What type of intelligence or comprehension that you gathered over your years? What type of comprehension did you gather, you see, to understand the human being, or what you call human beings in this day? You see, what type of comprehension did you gather that will make you speak away from the living or the individual, to make you speak away from that individual? You see, with something that you were taught, not from how you moved, not from how you walked, not from the essence in you that helped you to understand your walks. None of that. All that was put to the side. And something else grabbed you and told you to be like this. You see, you have in your studies, you have discipline, you have obedience, you see, you have techniques, you see, you have affirmations, you see, you have songs, you have all these beautiful things, you see. But at the same time, you haven't prepared yourself. You see, you haven't prepared yourself for the living. And sometimes that's just like when I wear my scarf around my head because it's cold outside. You see, with my little skull cap or a kufi or something, you see, they will say that Yahuwah is trying to be like something, or they will deny their visual. In plain sight, they'll tell you this. And you say to them, you say to them, you see, don't think with me in your mind like that. Listen, I don't care what you thinking certain things are from what you read in your text. Listen, it don't matter. What matters to you is stay neutral and know that there's a source of power way beyond what you're reading. You see, don't put me in your mind All you have to do if you see something, the best thing to do is say, if you see something. Just say, You see, that's a 3 and a 4 right there. That equals a 7 because you like the 7. You are bound by the 7. You see, but when you get over dealing with that dog frequency of the 7, when you finish that 7 and you gather up your 2 that you came from, you see, so you can spike and rotate that spiral, that 9. When you understand this body, you will understand what the word Yahuwah means. You see, I'm not here to try to take anything from you. I want you to stay right where you are. You see, stay right where you are because you need to see something. You need to be proven. Not proven. You need to study something. You need to learn something. You see, you need to learn something. You see, because I know your book says something about a stiff neck. You see, you won't break that stiffness out. You see, you don't know how to do this. You see, you don't know nothing about this. You don't know how to take that out off of your or oil your spine. You see, or your stem back there. You don't know how to use that. You see, you don't know anything about that. You see, because I don't know if it's in your text or not. You see, I'm not here. I don't have the power to take you away. I'm here to do what I was told to do 23 years ago. It's to be myself and to learn myself internally through the language that I speak, that the language that you speak. This is what I say, don't put me in your head with these words, because you ain't opening these words up that you're saying. You see, every word that you speak, there's a signature of my life, of my family, of my mother, my father, my siblings, my children. They're all in the words that you speak. You see, I know it may sound weird to you because of colonization. You don't know nothing about the spirit. You know what was written in the text about the Ruach. You see, but do you really know the Ruach and how it works? You see, I can't even put a tap on it because it's so powerful. I tried to do it about 4 or 5 years ago. You see, about 4 or 5 years ago. And I had an accident on my motorbike and I knew exactly what it was. Because it was 2 days after that when I said something on camera. You see? And it came to me and showed me its power for real. You see, it showed me how it worked. When you riding your motorbike and you're doing about 60 and a 35, and all of a sudden you just blank out and you on your back. You see, and you're right next to a church. Jerusalem something church. You see, that's the name of the church. And the first thing you saw was that J-E and that R. You see, and then you had another word. You see, that says Salim or Salem or Salam. You see, this compound body. You see, I woke up like that with this Caucasian guy over me with two things in his hands. Those electric things that jolt you back up. You see, he was standing above me. You see, while I was on the concrete with my head up looking at the clouds. You see, I had to go through that. Now I have a rod in my arm for life. In my right arm, I have a rod in my arm. And then it happened again. Now I got a rod in my right leg. You see, from thinking I'm knowing some things. You see, because I'm like a child. You see, I'm feeling something, and it came to me, and I'm happy that it came to me because I believe my life is going to change. So I use my worldly experience to define these things, and I'm happy, and I'm doing all these things like it's one of my street homies and things. You see, no. You see, but now I know. You see, that was given to me to give to you. You see, if I say something on my videos and I'm talking about something and I use a name or I'm dressed a certain way, you see, just say, Just use your 7, you see, and carry on with your work that you do, you see. Because I wasn't just giving me back. I was giving a multitude of something, you see, that walks with me, that talks with me, that travels with me, that enters the world of this thing that's in the palm of my hand. All the iniquities that my father went through, I searched through it. If you want to know something, don't be afraid to talk to the living. You see, don't be afraid to talk to the living. If you really want to know, don't lean into your own understanding. Don't thinking you're knowing something because you know certain things like the back of your hand and you're so-called disciplined in it, but you don't have no power to change the dynamics of the world that you're living in. And y'all not bound together as one body. You see, so you can see this true body that you call Yahusha, that some call Yahushai. You see, you're going to see Jesus first. This is who you're going to see. This is who you're going to see first. With the same energy that they came to the people of this land. This is how you're going to see this Jesus. You see? With the same energy that came as a whirlwind in this land. You see? Find out. Look at the word. Look how it's spelled. How many letters is it? Constricted into 5 letters. You see? Open it up. How many single letters can you get out of those 5 letters? You see? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 numbers. You see? You have that 9 in the long hand of the word. And then you have 5 in the short hand of the word Jesus. Put those 2 together. What what do we equate to? What is the equation of that? It's a 14. It's a fifth. It's a fifth. You see? A 14. That's what it is. Where would you see the 13 at? Drive that 45. Subtract 1 by 14, you will have a 13. Hold the fifth. Put the 13 next to the fifth. What is the letters of the word son? You have 19, 21, and 14. Constrict that. It's a 1, 3, and a fifth. It reads son. You see? So you went from 14 to 13. You see? That's a 27. You see? 14 and 13 is a 27. You see? I was born 8/22/1967. I am the son of my father. You see, Jerry Horton Jr. Jerry Horton Jr. is 1021231. You see? You put my birthday and year. With that, it'll equal out to be a 9, 24, 31, and a 9/8. You constrict that to be a 27 and a or 27 and an 18. You see? That 2 is letting me know I'm going into the world of that 7. You see? And inside that world, you're going to find 718. That's the word Yah. You see? Can you see the cord? It's a silver cord. It's like an umbilical cord, you call it, down here. You see? I'm not playing no games. You see? I'm talking what I was born with. Have you ever tried it? Do you know who you are? Or are you instructed? You see? Did you know that 135 add up to a 9? Did you know that? If you use a 9, you see, and add it to that 135, what would you have? 135 is son. If you have a 9, if you remember how you got here, and you use that 135, you see, and place that 9 up under it, what would you have? What number would you come out to with? What number would you come out to have? Or what would it equate to? Would it equate to a 144? You see, I don't think you know anything about this. You see, I'm talking about the sons. You see, the sons. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the sons. You see, I'm talking about the sons. Here's my name. 1, 0, 2, 1, 2, 3, and a 1. You see, that's a 1. That's a 3. That's a 5. And that's a 1. S-U-N-S. You see? You see? 4 and 6. 10 pounds. You see? 10 pounds. You see? 10 pounds. You see? I know you don't understand that. I know it's because it's not written in your text. You see? But put yourself in a position to where you'll be able to receive your ticket. You see? Don't condemn the people that came down because they got flesh or they look like you. You see? They just talking a little bit different than you. You see? Open yourself up. Don't be afraid of the living. They look like you. They just talk different. All you have to do is talk. And talk to them a little bit about your world, your internal, from your experiences in life. You see? Because that's what they're experiencing. It's natural. I'm just talking to you, helping you to understand a little bit about what's about to occur. Yeah.